2 months from now, the Ducks' 28th season and the 2020-21 NHL season would be starting on January 1st, New Year's Day. Or it's the temporary start date, as Gary Bettman has supposedly have said. What we are looking at, or what in my personal opinion is looking at, is that, say if, like, in a what-if scenario, like, what would happen if the Ducks' 20th season going ahead on with the NHL be in a situation that would have to adapt into the realities we are facing right now? I mean, if you look at the way the junior leagues up in Canada and in Europe, they are adapting as well. And they have to adapt. But also, keep in mind, the main focus is to ensure the safety of fans, players, hockey players, and management, and also arena workers. So the Ducks' responsibilities is also to keep everyone safe, but also to lift the morale of the people and of all Ducks fans in Orange County, California, and especially around the worldwide, because in these tough times, we do need hockey or any sort of positive distraction that will help us. And that's why, going forward, whether what the season would look like, it would look a little different in the short term rather than long term. Because who knows what next year is going to look like. But what we know so far is that in the next 2 months, we will probably find out if the season is going to be long or short. Because let's be very clear on a few things. One, the Ducks got the players they need. Well, some of the players they need. They got signed Kevin Shattenkirk, and they're all amped to go, ready to go. I mean, when the team hasn't played since March, yeah, I'll be ready to go. I'll be ready to go, chomping at the bit to prove myself. Two, hockey is a gathering sport. It's a social gathering event, like any sports or concerts or movies. So the people, the locals in the city of Anaheim and all Orange County communities needed something, a positive distraction and inspiration to help them lift them out of the misery there and the sadness they're experiencing. So the purpose of this video I'm going to talk about is what if scenario. Like, what could happen, or what it would look like in the Ducks' 28th season and the 2020-21 NHL season. Now, I'm just going to explain to you a few things about what could happen. We could see a temporary divisional realignment of the NHL through ensuring that the COVID-19 or the spreading of this virus is lessened in such a way that you will have divisions like an all-Canadian division up in Canada, a division all along the East Coast of the United States, a central division in the central United States, and a western division in, say, along the Pacific Coast. So, I mean, how could it work? We don't know. How I see it could work is it's a theory, okay? It's a theory that I could see is that this, okay? About a few days ago, the Golden Knights owner, Bill Foley, suggested that all 7 Canadian teams of the NHL up in Canada will form an all-Canadian division, meaning that all 7 of them will play each other in the division. Perhaps who knows how many games. Something like similar like bubble, like a land bubble thing. But who knows? It's the way I see it. It's almost like you're dividing up the league, the league, turning the divisions into mini leagues. Now, how do you turn the divisions into mutant leagues? Is that you reorganize the division. Now, looking over some of the comments, some of the things that what Bill Foley said, and some of the comments and speculation of some other fans, it's not a far-fetched idea, considering the fact that we are in unpredictable times and tough situations that requires strategy, short-term strategy, in order to quickly return to some sort of normalcy. I mean, you look it over in Europe, the Finnish Elite League is doing something like that. They're allowing some fans in. Some of the Finnish teams. I mean, Tampereen Yves. If you look at some of the video, the pictures, they're allowing people in. They're allowing some people in, but they're allowing people in separate sections or whatever. I mean, I don't know how they would. I don't know how they do it. But then again, I tried to use the translator translate from Finnish to English. The pictures, if you look at the pictures, it's self-explanatory. Over here, where I'm from, in the city of Halifax, we are allowing a reduced capacity of 20 or 25% people. I mean, the Scotiabank Centre, the home of the Halifax Mooseheads, seats, they would average attendance of 8,000 fans. But now, we're allowed to have 1,900 fans, so that's a lot less, and we're playing in our own bubble. So, the way I see how the league and the Ducks could quickly adapt to something like that is to do two things. I mean, one, the league will have to put our Ducks in division, like reform that division that would include our Ducks. Okay, one would be our Ducks. 2, our sworn enemy, LA. 3, our rivals, San Jose. 4 will be Vegas. 5, Arizona. 6, Dallas. And 7, Colorado. Form into some sort of like a Pacific Central Division quasi-mini league. I mean, play in a regional sense. That it would enhance the rivalries, it would strengthen the feuds, but also avoid any any cross-contamination, well, not cross-contamination, sorry, cross-spreading of COVID. Now, in regards to how many, the season, the commissioner wants 82 games. I don't see that as a realistic standpoint because, first of all, if you look at 82 games from January to June, it's really going to screw up a lot of things. I mean, how can you fit that together from June? Because if you look at before the pandemic, a regular season in NHL would last from October all the way to April. Then the playoffs will last from like late April, early April to early June. So, all in all, I don't see how 82 games could help, because few things you need to sort of. One is basically, of course, the COVID-19, how it would factor in. I mean, would the spread be high? Would it be low? Like, would there be a wave, or who knows? My feeling is that it should be the best interest of not just the Ducks, but the entire 31 NHL teams to play a short season. A short season that will consist of, say, 48 games or so, or maybe less, because since like say if the league does go with this mini regional divisional quasi playing in a region kind of thing, I could see the Ducks play LA, San Jose, Vegas Golden Knights, Arizona, Colorado, and Dallas. maybe 6 or 7 times. I mean, I don't know how local Ducks fans like you guys in Anaheim or Orange County would feel about that. But then again, it could enhance the rivalry in some way. I'm just thinking it out loud. I mean, this video is about what what could happen. And yes, I mean, it could be a lot of uncertainty. The uncertainty is there. The uncertainty is there. With the Ducks, with like teams in the NHL and the AHL, you know, all hockey leagues around the world. I mean, also keep in mind, San Diego is probably facing the same thing too. They haven't got the schedule out yet, but the Ducks' other farm team, the Tulsa Oilers, they got their schedule out. In 55 days, there will be, you know, beginning their first year as the Ducks farm team. I mean, they already have something called a Phase 1 schedule where they play all 72 games. Something like a regional thing. I'm guessing, well, it's for half of the league. Then there'll be a Phase 2 in somewhere in March and April for the other rest of the teams. So my personal look at this is that we will see a short season. The Ducks will play probably around 36 to 48 games. Now, as for fans, I mean, I could see the Ducks and all the 30 NHL teams and some AHL teams could bring in and allow a limited number of fans. I mean, I can tell you personally, the Halifax has brought in limited number of fans. You go over in, you look at some of the video clips in the Swedish Hockey League, the Finnish Elite League. Teams have brought in limited number of fans, even though that the majority of the hockey fans there are wearing masks. I mean, of course, people say it's a new normal, but then again, we as Ducks fans and hockey fans must adjust. Now, I'm not going to get into mask or no mask, okay? It's your own personal choice. You know, when you wear a Ducks mask with the Anaheim Ducks logo on it, I call it a freedom of expression. That's the main thing. I mean, having a limited number of fans could it could help those who bought the ticket come in, sit down, relax, don't have to worry about what's going on outside of the Honda Center, because there are examples. I mean, one example in Finland, Tampere Eves, Halifax, from where I'm from, of the Q League. But this was before the outbreak in Quebec and the second wave. Yes, there is a second wave in the province of Quebec in Ontario that we're dealing with. They allow a limited number of fans. I mean, just to ensure some sort of normalcy, and also just to help in the people get that uplifting, positive, like throw away your worries and get that positive distraction in you, get that inspiration, motivation in you in these troubled times. I mean, clearly, you know, we all need sports, no matter if you're a Ducks fan, passionate one like myself, or Ducks fans in Orange County, California, and all the communities in SoCal, to any fan of hockey. I mean, you know, it really makes me wonder, like, can this be temporary? I believe so. I believe in my heart so. And should be a short season, because there's no way you're going to have a long season. If you're going to have a long season, and I hear some absurd rumor that they're going to have a long season and put all 82 games in from January to April 7th. if you put all 82 games, then you might as well have all the farm teams of the Ducks and 30 NHL teams on standby, because I mean, it could take a lot out of any hockey player. And all in all, I mean, as we count down to the 28th Ducks hockey season and the 2020-2021 NHL season, the only thing we can do is wait and hope for the best. That's all we can do. And I know most of you are doing everything your best. I mean, you're staying home, talking to friends, talking to other Ducks fans, using social media to fullest. And trust me, I've using social media to the fullest. I'll be the first one to say that. I've been on the Ducks message board, communicating, and I know most of you are concerned. Most of you are frightened. Most of you are looking at old highlights and hoping that things would go back. I mean, it's always important to think positive, and I can guarantee you, and I promise you this: once hockey starts, the duties of the Anaheim Ducks are more important, more than ever, in our lives. But all people who follow sports, if it's hockey or the Ducks, or because we need something, the people need something. And the Ducks 20th season, if it turns out to be what I think it is in this video, what I say in this video, who knows? I mean, what it boils down to is what the league is going to look like next year. Because we may see a different league that will play as if you have 4 division leagues, mini leagues. Will it be a short season? Yes, it will be a short season. Will teams play in that region for like more than 6 games? I believe so. Who knows? But my own opinion is this. And what could happen would not surprise me. I mean, talks of a Canadian division, but I'm not sure if all 7 Canadian teams are going to play in the proposed Canadian division, due in fact that there's a second wave of COVID hitting. You might see all 7 Canadian teams like play in some sort of bubble in an American city, just to ensure some sort of normal procedure for the hockey players there. But who knows? One thing I know is that we will support our team in these unpredictable times, and I know most of you will. So who knows what would be. But all we can do is hope, and hope for the best. Till then, I'll see you guys soon.